country. That's Darius Rucker. Fires don't start themselves. Good golly, Miss Molly.
Hey, girl.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. So you made it to the semifinals. They were last night. That's exciting.
I did. It was very exciting.
And so it was a Mother's Day theme,
yes.
which I loved. The very first thing you say in the episode, I just wanted to make it past the first round.
I mean, really, that was goal number 1. And then I didn't know what was going to happen after that. Just keep going.
You set high goals for yourself.
Yeah,
just make it to the first round. So you had to make a bouquet of tulip-shaped desserts.
Yes.
Before we get into that, I think you accurately described every person using like the proper terms. So you said Christian was the mad scientist. I get that because of all his like creative ideas. Clement was a French gentleman. Luke was a fantastic, frantic, fun guy.
Well, what are these things I came up with?
I have no idea.
I was like, I don't know. When we describe the people, okay.
You dubbed yourself Southern Belle.
Yeah.
So did they ask you to do that?
They asked me like what I thought like of everybody, like what how would I describe each person?
That makes more sense because I'm like, why is she randomly like?
Yeah, no, they just asked me like if I had to describe each person that's left.
Yeah.
How would I describe them?
Well, your little thing with Christian, the mad scientist, with the little fingers that you did.
How nerdy am I? I look back at that, I was like, I hate that part.
Well, that's why we love you.
I hate that.
You make the show because of all your quirky things. And so you made a lemon tulip cake with blueberry jam. Let's talk about that.
Okay, yes. So we could make whatever we wanted to. It just had to be in the shape of a tulip or had like a tulip aspect to it. I guess it had to be in the shape. But when I heard it, I was like instantly like, oh, it has to be in the shape of a tulip. I gotta make this.
Yeah.
And so I did. My mom loves she loves tulips, but she loves yellow and blue together. Like her favorite color is blue. So I kind of wanted to do a lemon cake and then have like the blue be in the center and kind of play off that. So I had something for my mother. And so then I did blueberry compote and blueberry Swiss meringue buttercream. And I did it kind of naked so you could see the blue on there. And then I drew the stem.
Yeah. And so you said that your mom's house is actually blue and yellow?
Like her den area. So like the couch is blue and white stripe with like yellow piping.
Yeah.
And then like that's like we have like these window seats that are blue and white stripe with yellow piping. It's real cute.
Well, we saw a different side of you last night. We saw you get emotional a few times. Like talking about not having your own bakery and people questioning like your professionalism. Molly.
Well, okay. Well, here's some tea. Some Natchez Tea. So before that, I filmed in the summer. Right before that was the Best of the Miss Lou. It was like the second time I was in it. Like I had won like 8 things the year before. Well, the person who was in charge at the Natchez Democrat at the time, I'm not going to speak his name, but I think a lot of people know who he is. He was terrible to me and so rude. He was taking me off of all the categories. When we asked him about it, he basically said I wasn't a real business because I wasn't a real bakery and I could not be in the category because I didn't have a brick and mortar store. And there have been other people, and even though now like the community is like really behind me and been so supportive, a lot of people haven't been, and I think a lot of people don't realize that, but behind the scenes, like people who are higher up in the community, some people have told people flat out, and people have told me this, not to use me because I do not have a storefront. That I don't, that I'm not a bakery. They need to use the people who have businesses downtown, which is fine. I know we want to support downtown, but I mean, I'm also local and I've been here and I've worked really hard and I can't help it that I don't have a bakery yet. And so I think at that moment in the competition, I was so sensitive because of everything that's happened that summer with the whole Natchez Democrat that I was like just pissed off and, just worked up, you know what I mean? And so I was like, it just all came out. Because I think somebody had asked me something about it and prompted me. And so I was like, that, you know what I mean, to talk about it. Because I think I had told somebody about it on the show. And so they brought it up and I was just like, not now. I'm going through a lot.
So you got to be careful with that because if there's something you don't want to talk about and you say it, you're going to bring it up.
I know. And I'm a talker. So I'm like, things just come out. So, yeah. I mean, it's a tell-all.
It is a tell-all.
Whatever. I got no shame. I mean, a lot of people in the community already know that happened and were mad about it.
Yeah.
I have since made up with the Natchez Democrats. I'm not speaking ill on their name, but they had a terrible person working for them at one point in time.
Okay. I love your honesty.
I don't care.
I was not expecting that this
Sorry.
But I just want to tell you, like, I told you this last night, like, your desserts and all that, that's just an added bonus. You make your business. Like, people come for you.
And I know that. I'm just like, that's what I said. I was sensitive.
Yeah. Well,
it was
understandably.
fresh. The wound was fresh.
Yeah. So then we get to the judges. Or actually, let me backtrack. We saw Christian struggle last night, which was very uncommon. I was like, wow, we haven't seen this side of him.
But we have been going for so long.
I know.
We are exhausted.
Yeah.
We are tired. We are hungry because we can't eat. We can't sleep. I mean, it's just a lot at this point.
You said, and I didn't realize this until after you said it, but you said your cake looks like a dish sponge if it had a green back to it.
Yeah, it did. It reminded me of that.
It did.
I know.
It did. It so did. I was like, oh,
the color was like spot on.
It really was. And you could tell through the screen, like, it looked very spongy. Like, okay, so we get to the judges' comments, and they're saying, you're giving us height, dimension, and color. If I were your mom, I'd be so happy.
Oh, no. So sweet.
Nancy said, I wish you were my child. And you said, I could be your adoptive child.
I know. I think we kind of look alike. When she puts her glasses on, we could be twins.
Was it Duff that said this is how you do a naked cake?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then they said it's beautiful, light, airy. It's moist, absolutely delicious. The sponge is so delicate and so moist. And the highlight of it was the blueberry jam.
Mm-hmm.
Love
Very
that.
nice compliments for that one.
And that one. We thought, I thought you had a really good chance at winning the preheat. I knew it would be down to you and Clement.
Right.
Clement ended up winning.
I mean, but gorgeous.
His was, stunning.
I know.
Not to say yours wasn't.
But his was stunning.
Like, yes. So coming up, we are going to go into the main heat challenge, which is where things get very interesting. Stick around. You're listening to 95 Country.